Joan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing, Joe?
Good evening, everyone. I am Mayor Linda Soto, and welcome to your Village Hall here in Haynesville. It's very nice to have you all here. I thank you for taking the time and effort to come here tonight, especially on this dreary day. But our local elections are very important. These are people that make decisions that, affect many things in your everyday life. I just wanted to welcome you. I am going to turn over the floor to our village clerk, Kathy Metzler. The village clerk is the one who coordinates these candidates forum and makes sure that they're fair and by, nonpartisan and fair at everyone's behalf. So again, I welcome you, and I'll give Kathy Metzler the floor. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. I'd like to also welcome everybody tonight. And on your chairs are your index cards and pencils. If you have any questions, please write them down. And Roseanne Stark, my deputy clerk, everybody say hi. She will be collecting the cards at the end, during the meeting. So just kind of flag her down, put your card up, and she'll come and grab it. I'd like to thank Roseanne for all her help today. And then I'd like to introduce one of our residents who has volunteered her time in the past several elections as a timekeeper and has done a wonderful job. Diane Sanderson, please stand up. She's the timekeeper tonight, so thank you, Diane. Also, I would like to introduce and turn the floor over to our moderator, who also has volunteered her time in the past several elections. Joan has done a wonderful job, and I'm going to turn the floor over to Joan Caltzes. Thank you, Joan.
Thanks, Kathy. Good evening, everybody. I'm always glad to come back to Haynesville, the oldest village in Lake County. Just a unique situation you find yourself in every time I come here. You might remember that I'm with the League of Women Voters of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff. Been doing these political forums in Lake County for over 30 years. And remind you, since I get a free little moment for the League here, that the League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization when it comes to candidates. We never endorse, support, or oppose any candidates or political parties for that matter. We'll take a position on an issue after we study it, and we're most certainly promoting our responsibility for becoming informed and responsible voters. So thank you for taking the time to be here this evening. It's the goal of this forum that on Tuesday, April 5th, or before, if you vote by mail or in early voting, that we will cast responsible and well thought out votes. So welcome to what should be an informative and interesting and civil exchange of ideas this evening. So two things I think I just need to remind us of. One, perhaps you could turn off or adjust your cell phones or pagers or what have you. And second, no applause please until the end. It becomes rather time consuming and disruptive. So anyway, let's continue here. Tonight we're going to hear from the 4 candidates who seek the 3 seats that are open for position of trustee. There are 6 trustees, a mayor, and a village clerk comprising the Haynesville Village Governing Board. Each of the trustees serves at large. I'm wondering why I can't read this. And not from any particular geographical area. Trustees earn about $325 a month, serve 4-year staggered terms, so the 3 persons voted in this April will serve until May of 2015. The terms of the remaining 4 incumbent trustees will expire in 2 years, or in 2013, when they'll either retire or from office or choose to run again. And in this election, of the 4 candidates running for the 3 open seats, 2 of them are incumbents running again. Any elected office holder, as you well know, can be praised or criticized for their public involvement. They're likely to be confronted, questioned, challenged, and exhausted by the job. Nonetheless, here they sit, anxious to enter the public arena, and that's why we're here tonight, to send 3 of them forth. So let me help us all in understanding the order of our forum. For those of us who are visual learners, and most of us are, you'll notice that the candidates are seated in the order by which they appear on the ballot. So we'll start with each candidate giving us an opening statement of not more than 2 minutes. And I need to point out, as you've seen, our 2 timers here sitting front and center, who will have colored cards to wave at you when the time is up. The yellow card tells you you've got 5 seconds left, so wrap up your sentence, please. And the red card, of course, means stop. If you're giving an opening or closing statement of 2 minutes, you've got the green card, which means you're halfway through, you've got a minute left. So you can either write, our audience out here, you can either write out questions on the cards, I've received several so far, or in which case I'll read them, or you can come to the mic. Do we have a mic, or just to the floor? No?
There's a mic behind you, but I didn't know if you wanted to just do the cards.
Okay, we'll just do the cards tonight, that's fine with me. So you got to write out these cards. We've got a bunch of them here, but we need a bunch more. So throughout the course of our questioning, please write out some cards, and I'll answer them, or I'll ask them. You're going to answer them. I'm not answering them. Okay. So you get a minute to do this, by the way, and we'll ask as many questions as we have time for, and then about 8:50 we'll hear closing statements from each of our candidates. My job as moderator is to facilitate an open, respectful, interesting, and hopefully stimulating exchange of ideas. And of course, as with all public forums, and if only this were the case at home, all decisions of the moderator are final. So anyway, now it's my privilege to introduce to you 4 people who would like to represent you as a trustee of the Village of Haynesville. So candidates, within your opening statements, I'd hope that you'd introduce yourself to us, tell us of your qualifications, your top priorities, what you would focus on for the next 4 years. We truly do want to get to know you better this evening. So let's begin. Mr. Walkington, if you would begin, please, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Gary Walkington. I've lived in the village since 1978. I'm married. Yes, I am. I'm running for re-election. If I run successfully, this will be my 5th term. I think I'm pretty well qualified. I worked for 3 mayors since I've lived in the village. And the only 3 mayors that have been here since I've been here. I've chaired most of the major committees, the Finance Committee, and currently I'm in charge of the chairman of the Public Works Committee. One of the committees that I did chair that I'm pretty happy that it turned out the way it did, and that's the Cranberry Lake Restoration Project. I think it turned out very well. I want to thank the people that helped with that. Another thing that since the new mayor, and I talked with her when she came in, I thought we were under 2 engineering firms. I thought it was under the best interest of the village that we contract only one, and since she has been mayor, we have done that. We have a little better control now, I think, of our public works, how it has to be spent, where the money's going to have to go. I think there are some, in the future, there's some infrastructure made, water mains that should be completed to entice, whatever kind of commercial or, whatever wants to come into the village, that everything's in place, that all they have to do is build and, so things are ready to go. I think in the next 4 years, I think we have to get a better understanding of how much our public works wants to move forward. I think we headed in that direction, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. Mr. Powell, if you would have an opening statement, please, sir.
Thank you, and thank you to the village for allowing us the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Timothy Powell. I'm 62 years old. I've been a lifelong resident of the village of Haynesville. My family has been here since 1901. We've had 110 years of Powell's and Loftuses here in the village of Haynesville, establishing Willow Farm, which was in operation for many years. As far as myself, I've been educated in Central Lake County. I've gone on and received an associate degree in liberal arts from Robert Morris College. I went on to the University of Arizona. I received a degree in public administration. I came back and I started my career with the Lake County Sheriff's Police. I had 30 years of experience with being a policeman. I rose from the ranks from patrolman to detective squad leader, to sergeant, to division commander. I've worked every division at the Sheriff's Office. I bring a very strong background of law enforcement, and I've been a strong supporter of law enforcement within the community. My community involvement, I've been involved with the Grace Lake Lions Club. I've been a board member and director. I've been a member of the Grace Lake Historical Society. I've been a member of the Lions Club of Waukegan. I'm currently a commissioner with the Avon-Fremont Drainage District. I've served as a trustee on the Avon Township Board. I was the chairman pro tem in the absence of Russ Christian when he suffered a stroke. My leadership experience extends far, far beyond. As far as involvement, I wanted to become a trustee in the village of Haynesville because I've never held this position. I think new eyes, new ears, new blood on this board can give you, the voters, the opportunity to see what's going on. And for me to represent you all, which I plan to do, as far as your best interest. I plan to hold the line on spending, maintain a strong budget, and make sure that we do not extend ourselves. With that, we'll explain this later. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Mr. Barrett, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kevin Barrett. I'm an incumbent trustee. I've served for 2.5 terms. Took 2 years off during, let's see, it's 2005 to 2007, then came back. I'd like to accomplish this evening an open dialogue between myself and the folks that have come out here in this nasty weather that we've had to learn a little bit more about me and what I'd like to accomplish. During my 10 years on the board, I've chaired public safety, human resources, I've helped with the Haynesville Fest, I'm involved with Shop with a Cop, and our emergency management agency, which is just a few of the things that I've touched base on. I would like to also take a look at what questions everybody has tonight and kind of give you an open thought on it and just kind of shoot from the, I shouldn't say shoot from the hip, but let's all put our heads together, let's put a little thought into it and see what we can all accomplish together in a team environment here within the village, because for a long time there was always that, I saw a little bit of, I think, a disconnect between the village board and the citizens within the community, and that's why I've always tried to reach out and make myself very accessible and very reachable by anybody within the community to help them with whatever projects they've had. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And Mr. Crease, your opening statement, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here tonight, and my name is Walter Crease, and I'm married. My wife and I moved up here in the year 2003, kind of followed our daughter up here, and she decided to move away, but we have 2 grandkids and 2 kids. I've been working for the same company for approximately 28 years, working in the maintenance end of the facility. It's about 450 employees and also probably 400,000 square feet. A lot of building that we have. I've been on many committees within my job, work experience, I should say, which were to improve safety, equipment, preventive maintenance, scheduling, and continuous improvement throughout our product and our quality. My goal here is actually to represent the community and making sure that revenues are spent correctly, okay, and soundly, in a sound manner. I'd like to bring more openness and accountability for the decisions that we make as a board. I'd like to, and also that I feel that I can work together with the board to